Good morning, friends. Welcome to the online classes of Brainy. Hope you all are doing well in this pandemic situation. You and your family, we wish a very happy and healthy atmosphere. I am here to revise the first unit of Social Studies of Class 10, India and its physical features. As you all know that, we have already discussed this unit earlier, but it might have got evaporated because of a long gap. Let me quickly recapitulate what we have seen. We discussed in this unit about the physical features of India, which has a connectivity with the second unit of our class 9th, where we have studied about the formation of landforms, the first order landforms, second order landforms and third order landforms. The Indian physical features are broadly divided into 6 physical features. The first one is Himalayan mountain ranges. Second one is Indo-Gangetic plain. Third one is Peninsular plateau. Fourth one is coastal plains. Fifth one is deserts. And sixth one is island. These are the 6 physical features into which India is broadly divided into. We shall see and understand these physical features in detail in today's class. First, let us discuss about the Himalayan mountain ranges. Himalayan mountain ranges are present to the northeastern side of India. Now imagine this as a rough sketch of India map. If you imagine this as a rough sketch of India, it's north, it's south, this is the east, and this is to the west. Himalayas are present to the northeastern side of India. So they occupy this area. So how did they form? Generally, how the mountains arise and formation of the mountains happen, we have seen in class 9th second unit. It is a geological activity due to the plate tectonics moving onto the each side. The seabed has rised up and formed into Himalayas. You know it? This stands as a Gondwana land, and this was a Angara, and there was a Tethys Sea. And because of the compression between these two land masses, the sea which is present earlier here, its seabed has rised up and formed into the present Himalayas. Himalayas occupy an area of 5 lakh square kilometers. They occupy. From the northernmost point to the easternmost point, they cover an area of 2,400 kilometers. Its width varies from 500 kilometers to 200 kilometers as they run towards the eastern side. These Himalayan mountain ranges are further divided into 3 ranges. The first one is Greater Himalayas. Second one is Lesser Himalayas. And third one is Outer Himalayas. These are the 3 ranges into which the Himalayas are divided. Greater Himalayas are also called as Himadri. Hima means snow. Throughout the year, they are covered with snow. For that reason, it is called as Himadri. Lesser Himalayas are called as Himachal, and outer Himalayas are called as Shivaliks. So we shall come to know and understand about each of these range in detail. So this is a picture how it shapes as an arc on the northeastern side. These are the three ranges which I am drawing here. So you can observe here in the picture, I have drawn the first range very taller, second range little short, and third range is more shorter than the first two. The height of these greater Himalayas vary between 6,100 meters above the sea level to 9,800 meters above the sea level. The world's highest peak, Mount Everest, is located in these greater Himalayas itself. It's located here, the Mount Everest. The world's highest peaks like Annapurna, Namcha Barwa, and Ketu, these all are located in this region. And this region is covered with throughout the year. As a result of that, the perennial rivers takes their birth in this region. The perennial rivers which feed the population of India, like Ganga, Brahmaputra, Indus, they take their birth in this Himadri or Greater Himalayas because they possess the glaciers. The glaciers like Siachen, the glaciers like Gangotri, Alaknanda, these are the streams which takes their birth in these Greater Himalayas. And Greater Himalayas, as they are covered with snow throughout the year, they doesn't allow the enemies to penetrate into India from the northeastern boundary. They look very scenic and beautiful. Then coming to the next range is the Lesser Himalayas. Lesser Himalayas average height varies between 3,000 to 4,500 meters above the sea level. Lesser Himalayas have gaps. The flat longitudinal bottomed valleys are there, which we call them as Dun. A flat longitudinal bottomed valley is called as a Dun. Dehradun, Patli Dun, Kotli Dun are the different duns which are present in the Lesser Himalayas. There are also the natural gaps, roots in between these mountain ranges, which allows the passengers to travel from this side of the hill to the other side of the hill. These are called as pass. A natural en route is called as a pass. The pass like Kaibarla, Bolanla, which connects India and Nepal, India and China, India and Tibet, these passes are also naturally developed in these Himalayan regions. Lesser Himalayas are known with different names in different places. They comprise of two ranges, Mahabharata range and Pir Panjal range. In the northernmost part, it is called as a Mahabharata range, whereas in the eastern side, it is called as Pir Panjal range. The most beautiful summer resorts, summer hill stations are located in these Lesser Himalayas